All right, it's Rich Austin here at Bank Next, and I'm with Ken Greenberg, who is the president and CEO of Austin and Williams. Hello, Ken. How are you?
Hey, how you doing, Rich?
Terrific. Well, we're here at the end of the day, and you just completed your seminar.
I did.
And it was on social media, but also brand reputation.
Brand reputation, social media, practical aspects, yes.
Right. And so could you tell me a little bit about the knowledge and wisdom that you imparted upon our group of bankers?
Yes, well, certainly. First, we kind of explained what's going on in the social space today. And, there's been a big shift in advertising as we're seeing it. Our agency is almost 50% digital now, where it used to be completely traditional media, TV, radio, print, that kind of thing. When I say 50% digital, I don't mean it's all going to social media, because no one's yet quite figured out how to monetize that. But as I mentioned in the session, with 800 million people on Facebook and over 100 million people on LinkedIn, not all of them in this country, but it's big numbers. Google plus 18 million people in barely 2 months of operation. That's where the people are. And the research is showing that 78% of all time we spend on the internet is spent on social media sites. The amount of time we spend on Facebook, according to Nielsen, went up from 6 hours a month last year to over 8 hours a month this year. So basically what we're saying is, look, shoot where the ducks fly. This is where the customers are. We can't ignore it as a potential channel. The difference is, of course, we're used to interruptive advertising. And interruptive advertising was your typical TV commercial.
Sure.
Interrupted your program. You were watching Lost or whatever you were watching, American Idol, and suddenly this thing came on. And now we don't do that as much. Certainly not at all in the social space. Here you're trying to get people engaged in the conversation. You want them to almost be the media and take your message and say, hey, wow, I like this. This is pretty cool. Tell their friends who tell their friends and try to get the word out that way.
Right.
It's different. Can't exactly monetize it. There are people now that are saying, oh, gee, if you've got 2 million Facebook fans, which Chase has 2.9 million, that's Chase. That's worth, I don't know, pick a number, $35 a piece. Forget all that. It's not going to happen. It's not.
Why do they have 2 million Facebook
They
friends?
have almost 3 million Facebook people because, if you remember, they did this thing a couple of years ago, which they continue to do, which invites people to vote for a charity they want to recommend. And then Chase will give something like $1 million to the charity, or split $1 million, whatever the numbers are. It's big numbers.
Right.
But what that's doing is engaging people, and think about it. There's a lot of positive spin coming out about Chase. I think Chase is also testing a debit card fee in certain markets, but B of A is getting all the heat, because there's a lot of goodwill, among other things, from this kind of thing that Chase does when it's, saying, here's how we're giving money. Bank of America doesn't give money, they get plenty of money. They all do. But it's just a way of having people more engaged and feeling like they're part of it. It's like if you go into a restaurant, look, it's the same thing in banks. I was in banking before I was in advertising. 22 years. And when I started in banking when I was going to college, let's say in the 70s, there were bankers who were trying to get us to use the person's last name or the customer's name again. They're still trying to get people to use the customer's name. I go into the Cheesecake Factory and pay with a credit card for my meal. They've never seen me before. And somebody says, oh, thanks so much. How complicated is that? So it's those little touches, and I think what Chase is doing, and some of the other banks are doing it. American Express is doing a good job. They've got people engaged both in getting deals and things. And so there's a reason to share it and to spread the word around. And I think we've become the media for that.
Speaking of that, it seems like you've got your arms around the digital world, at least from a banker's perspective. So somebody has figured out how to monetize it, and I think that sounds like you. So.
Well, I have to be honest. Can we help get a greater following? Yes. The way we tend to monetize it, and it's not one of those direct measure monetizers, but where we see social media right now, and this is how we use it. Yes, great to engage people, but remember that blogging is social media. And not everybody blogs, but we like blogging. Google is, the whole world is revolving around what people do. We see social media as the engine for organic search engine optimization. Google likes recency, meaning if you try to update a lot, well, the easiest way to update your website is to have a blog link to it and have other posts or feeds in from Facebook or Twitter that's updating that blog. And that's adding recency. Google ranks those things higher because they see them as democratic, where you put something on your website that's propaganda. If somebody makes a comment to something you put in the blog and you want to encourage, good feedback, then Google gives that higher ranking. So those kinds of interactions are pushing search up. So that's what we're using social media for.
And this is what the banks need to get their arms around,
right.
And to make it work for them.
And it could definitely work. Unfortunately, I showed an example. I'll let the bank remain nameless. I wanted to have content relevant to who was in the room, so I picked a couple of sites that from banks that are at least at the conference, if not in the room. And a couple of them were simple one-page Facebook pages that you're going to see no updates on. One, there was an event, and it's going to happen in October, like a Halloween thing. And there was no reason to be back and forth to that page. It wasn't like they are inviting people to post pictures or comments or whatever, which people in costumes.
So if somebody calls you directly, they'll be able to get those names, I presume. Of the banks.
Of the banks, yes. Right.
How would somebody get a hold of you? Because if they want to put you to work for them in an area that apparently most bankers have very little knowledge and understanding of, how do they find you?
Sure. It's you can find me at my email is ken@austin-williams.com. That's austin-williams.com.
Gotcha.
Our website is www.austin-williams.com. You can also find me on Twitter at Ken Greenberg. That's all E's in Greenberg. There's a lot of ways to find me. Or they can find you, and you'll find me.
And you'll help them. You'll help their customers find the banks.
Absolutely.
Terrific. Well,
Right.
Ken,
Thanks so much. I appreciate the interview.
oh, you're very welcome.
It's
Great to have you here at Bank Next.
What a great group the Warren Group is. And seriously.
Here's that $20 again, yeah. We're not supposed to have that on TV, Ken.
So
that was supposed to be after. Anyways, thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, take care.